In the heart of Jerusalem, beneath layers of ancient stone and centuries of mystery, something extraordinary has been waiting. For nearly 3,000 years, one of history's most magnificent structures has remained hidden from human eyes. The Temple of Prophet Sulaiman, peace be upon him, built with the help of supernatural beings and containing treasures beyond imagination, has finally been discovered in 2025. This is not just another archaeological find. This is the uncovering of a divine sanctuary that once housed the Ark of the Covenant, witnessed miracles that defied the laws of nature, and stood as the crown jewel of the most powerful kingdom ever established on Earth. The discovery began with ground penetrating, radar detecting unusual formations. Beneath the Temple Mount, what researchers found defied all expectations. Massive stone blocks perfectly cut and fitted together without mortar. Chambers filled with artifacts that shouldn't exist according to conventional history. And inscriptions in ancient Hebrew that speak of jinn workers and angelic supervision. The temple that emerges from these excavations matches exactly the descriptions found in our most sacred texts, revealing a structure so magnificent that it could only have been built through divine intervention. But this discovery raises profound questions that shake the very foundations of what we thought we knew about ancient history. How were stones weighing hundreds of tons lifted and positioned with mathematical precision that modern cranes struggle to achieve? Why do the walls contain metals and alloys that weren't supposed to exist 3,000 years ago? And most mysteriously, why do some chambers appear to have been sealed, not from the outside, but from within, as if their occupants chose to remain forever hidden? The story of this temple begins not with human hands, but with a divine command that would create the most extraordinary construction project in human history. When Prophet Sulaiman, peace be upon him, inherited the kingdom from his father, Prophet Dawood, peace be upon him, he also inherited an unfinished dream. The sanctuary that would become known as the First Temple was more than just a building. It was meant to be the earthly dwelling place of divine presence, a bridge between the seen and unseen worlds, and the center of worship for all humanity. What made this temple unique was not just its size or beauty, but the workforce that built it. Prophet Sulaiman, peace be upon him, had been granted power over the jinn, those beings of smokeless fire who possess strength and abilities far beyond human capacity. The Quran tells us that by Allah's permission, these supernatural beings were subjected to work for him. And if any of them disobeyed the command, they would taste the punishment of blazing fire. The archaeological evidence now supports these accounts in ways that leave even skeptical researchers speechless. The foundation stones discovered in 2025 weigh an average of 200 tons each. Yet they are fitted together with gaps smaller than a sheet of paper. The precision is so exact that not even a knife blade can be inserted between them. Modern engineers calculate that moving such stones would require cranes with lifting capacities that didn't exist until the late 20th century. Yet here they stand, perfectly positioned, bearing witness to a construction method that transcends human capability. But the physical evidence is only the beginning of what makes this discovery so remarkable. In the deepest chambers of the temple, archaeologists have found inscriptions that describe the construction process in detail. These ancient Hebrew texts speak of jinn supervisors who organize the work, of stones that move through the air, guided by invisible hands, and of a construction schedule that would have been impossible with human labor alone. The inscriptions match perfectly with Islamic accounts that describe how the jinn worked day and night, carrying out tasks that would have taken human workers decades to complete. The temple's design reflects the divine wisdom that guided its construction. The main sanctuary measures exactly 360 cubits in length, corresponding to the degrees of a circle and reflecting the perfection of divine creation. The height of the walls follows mathematical ratios that create perfect acoustic properties, allowing prayers whispered in one corner to be heard clearly throughout the entire structure. The positioning of windows and openings align with astronomical events, marking the precise times for prayer and religious observances with accuracy that rivals modern timepieces. In the Holy of Holies, the innermost sanctuary of the temple, archaeologists discovered the platform where the Ark of the Covenant once rested. The stone platform bears marks that match exactly the dimensions described in ancient texts, confirming that this was indeed where the most sacred object in Israelite religion was housed. Surrounding this platform are inscriptions in multiple languages, including Hebrew, Aramaic, and what appears to be an ancient script used for communicating with the jinn. These inscriptions describe the protocols for approaching the Ark and the supernatural phenomena that accompanied its presence. The discovery of the treasure chambers has provided the most stunning evidence of the temple's divine nature. Prophet Sulaiman, peace be upon him, was blessed with wealth beyond measure, and the archaeological evidence confirms the incredible accounts of his riches. Golden vessels weighing hundreds of pounds have been found perfectly preserved, along with silver artifacts so pure they show no signs of tarnish despite being buried for 3 millennia. The craftsmanship of these objects surpasses anything produced in the ancient world, featuring intricate designs and metallurgical techniques that wouldn't be rediscovered. Until the modern era, one of the most remarkable discoveries is a series of golden tablets, covered with inscriptions that appear to be blueprints for the temple's construction. These tablets contain architectural plans drawn with such precision that they could be used to rebuild the entire structure. More significantly, they include notations in what researchers believe is the language used by Prophet Sulaiman, peace be upon him, to communicate with the jinn. The tablets describe construction techniques that involve levitating massive stones through spiritual forces and shaping metal through supernatural heat that required no earthly fire. The archaeological team also uncovered evidence of the workshops where the jinn carried out their labor. These underground chambers contain tools and equipment unlike anything found at other ancient sites. Hammers made from metals that don't corrode, chisels that remain perfectly sharp after 3,000 years, and measuring devices calibrated with accuracy that rivals modern instruments. Most remarkably, some tools appear to be designed for beings with different physical proportions than humans, supporting accounts that describe the varying sizes and forms of the jinn who worked on the temple. The water system discovered beneath the temple provides additional evidence of supernatural engineering. A network of channels and reservoirs was carved directly into the bedrock, creating a water supply that never runs dry, even during the driest seasons. The channels follow paths that seem to defy gravity, carrying water upward through slopes that should make flow impossible. Chemical analysis of the water reveals mineral content that doesn't match any known source in the region, suggesting it comes from underground springs that tap into aquifers far deeper than ancient technology could have reached. Perhaps the most mysterious aspect of the discovery is the presence of chambers that appear to have been sealed from within. These rooms contain no entrances or exits that can be detected from the outside, yet they are filled with artifacts and inscriptions that provide crucial information about the temple's history. Researchers theorize that these chambers were sealed by jinn, who chose to remain within the temple after its destruction, guarding its secrets through the centuries. The discovery of these sealed chambers has raised profound questions about the continued presence of supernatural beings at the site. The destruction of the temple, as described in historical accounts, matches the archaeological evidence with chilling accuracy. Burn marks on the walls correspond exactly to the Babylonian siege described in ancient texts. and the pattern of destruction suggests that the attackers encountered resistance beyond what mere human defenders could provide. Arrowheads and weapon fragments found throughout the site are made from metals that show signs of extreme heat exposure, as if they had been subjected to supernatural fire during the battle. The most significant discovery in terms of religious history is the recovery of fragments from the original scrolls that were housed in the temple. These parchments, preserved through miraculous means despite being exposed to fire and destruction, contain portions of the Torah in a script that predates any known Hebrew writing system. The text matches exactly with the Quran's descriptions of the original revelation given to Prophet Musa, peace be upon him, providing unprecedented confirmation of the authenticity of Islamic accounts of biblical history. The temple's astronomical alignment has revealed another layer of its divine design. The structure is positioned to mark important religious dates with supernatural precision, including the exact timing of Prophet Sulaiman's prayer, peace be upon him, for the completion of the temple. On specific dates throughout the year, sunlight enters the temple through carefully positioned openings, illuminating different chambers and artifacts in a sequence that tells the story of the temple's construction and purpose. This astronomical precision required knowledge of celestial mechanics that wouldn't be available to ancient architects without divine guidance. The discovery has also shed new light on the relationship between Prophet Sulaiman, peace be upon him, and the Queen of Sheba, in chambers believed to have been her quarters during her visit to Jerusalem. Archaeologists found artifacts that confirm her conversion to Islam and her marriage to the Prophet. These include personal items bearing inscriptions in the ancient South Arabian script, as well as architectural elements that show clear influence from the building techniques used in her homeland. The presence of these artifacts confirms the historical accuracy of the Quranic account of her submission to Allah and her integration into the believing community. The temple's role as a center of learning is evidenced by the discovery of what appears to be the world's first library. Thousands of clay tablets and parchment scrolls have been found in specially designed chambers that provided perfect preservation conditions. These texts include works on mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and natural philosophy that demonstrate a level of scientific knowledge far advanced beyond what conventional history attributes to the ancient world. Many texts are written in multiple languages, suggesting that the temple served as a center of international scholarship where knowledge from across the known world was collected and preserved. The most profound aspect of the discovery is the evidence it provides for the reality of divine intervention in human history. The temple's construction required capabilities that exceeded human technology by thousands of years, yet the archaeological evidence proves that it was indeed built exactly as described in religious texts. This confirmation of miraculous events challenges naturalistic assumptions about ancient history and provides tangible proof that supernatural forces have directly intervened in human affairs. The discovery has also revealed the true extent of Prophet Sulaiman's kingdom, peace be upon him. Trade goods found in the temple's storage chambers come from regions as distant as India, Africa, and the far reaches of Asia, confirming that his influence extended far beyond the traditional boundaries attributed to ancient Israel. Diplomatic correspondence discovered in the temple archives describes tributary relationships with kingdoms spanning 3 continents, supporting Quranic accounts of his universal sovereignty. The temple's advanced engineering extends to its defensive systems, which show evidence of supernatural protection. Hidden chambers throughout the structure contain what appear to be staging areas for invisible defenders, with weapon storage and communication systems designed for beings that could move unseen through the temple complex. The discovery of these defensive installations explains how the temple withstood numerous attacks throughout its history, protected by forces that enemy armies could neither see nor comprehend. The tour restoration work beginning on the temple has revealed that many of its original features remain functional, despite 3 millennia of abandonment. Water still flows through the original plumbing systems. Acoustic chambers still amplify sound with perfect clarity, and astronomical alignments still mark celestial events with precise accuracy. This continued functionality suggests that the temple was built according to principles that transcend normal physical laws, embodying divine knowledge that ensures its permanence. The implications of this discovery extend far beyond archaeology and history. The temple's emergence at this particular time in human history may signal the approaching end times described in Islamic prophecy. Many scholars believe that the rediscovery of Prophet Sulaiman's temple, peace be upon him, is one of the signs that will precede the appearance of the Mahdi and the return of Prophet Isa, peace be upon him. The temple's role in these future events makes its current discovery not just historically significant, but prophetically meaningful. The ongoing excavation continues to reveal new wonders that confirm the miraculous nature of Prophet Sulaiman's reign. Peace be upon him. Each new chamber opened, each artifact uncovered, and each inscription translated adds to the overwhelming evidence that divine power was directly involved in the temple's creation. The discovery stands as a testament to the truth of Islamic teachings and a reminder that Allah's power extends beyond the natural world into realms that human understanding can barely comprehend. The Temple of Prophet Sulaiman, peace be upon him, now revealed to the world after 3,000 years of concealment, serves as a bridge between the ancient and modern worlds, between the seen and unseen realms, and between human limitation and divine possibility. Its stones speak of miracles, its chambers echo with the prayers of prophets, and its very existence proves that nothing is impossible for Allah, the creator of all worlds. The greatest archaeological discovery of our time is not just a glimpse into the past, but a sign pointing toward the ultimate destiny of all creation under the sovereignty of the one true God.